This is personally painful. Jews for Palestine. Jews that somehow lost their way in thinking that they have found the truth. Let's watch this. And on the flip side, let's have a conversation.
Yeah, could you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're here today?
Hi, I'm Shay. I'm a Jewish undergraduate at Columbia, and I am here because our classmate, our peer, Mahmoud Khalil, and other peers following him have been detained and targeted by ICE, and our trustees are directly implicated in this. They have been directly implicated by congressmen in this handing over the names to the federal government, and we are here in protest of that to demand that the university tell us which trustees, which members of the university administration are responsible for this, so that we can demand immediate consequences for them and hold them accountable for what they have done to our peer. And we are here specifically as Jewish students because the attacks on our international students, on students of color, have been so fierce, so dangerous, so disproportionate that we are the only students who can be here right now taking this risk, standing up.
What does being locked to the gates of this university signify?
Yeah, so
Could you just identify yourself? as well?
sure. I'm Tali. I'm a Jewish student at Barnard. None of us are, until Mahmoud is free, like neither are we. So obviously us doing this we're doing this by choice. We are not trying to compare any type of action like this to the real danger and of being in an ICE detention center, but symbolically we want to do something to draw attention to the fact that one of our peers right now is currently being held and facing deportation, and the university was directly complicit in that, and the time to stand is now. This is as Jewish students, like, we grew up learning about the rise of fascism, learning about how important it is to stand up when you see injustice in the world. We always say, if looking back at moments in history, saying if only people had stood up, if only people had courage and stopped this before it, and showed that they would not just go along. So we're here to do that today. We've all heard the poem, first they came for the socialists, first they've come for Mahmoud, and we're not going to let that slide.
And the site you're doing it at, just so viewers understand, is at the gates of Columbia University,
Yes.
with a direct view of the School of International Public Affairs, SIPA, where Mahmoud Khalil was a student.
That is correct, yes.
Do you want to tell us your name and why you're here today?
My name is Aharon Dardik, and I'm here to protest the abduction detention of my classmate Mahmoud Khalil. We're not free until all of us are free, and we are here also to clarify that this is not something that makes us safer, this is not something that helps us, and especially as Jewish students, it's important for us to remember who here is actually fighting for the liberation of all people, which includes Jews and everyone else in the world, and who here is fighting for a fascist administration, for the deportation of students, for simply the acting in opposition to everything that we hold dear here at this university as students, and we wish that the administration felt the same. And so we want the trustee who felt differently, who said, I am going to betray my student at my university and give him over to fascist authorities. We want to make sure that that's the sort of person who can be named, and hopefully the sort of person who will not be treated as a representative of the university in the future.
Very painful for me to watch this. Before October 7th, Kibbutz Be'eri, where I have a first cousin, my mother's older brother's son, was murdered. Was murdered there in Kibbutz Be'eri, as so many others on October 7th, 1200 or so. What was their sentiment before October 7th? Oh, let's make peace. We have to make peace. They are our friends. We are united and one with them, and we have to bring liberation for them. We have to bring for them, for Gaza. I'm not talking about anywhere else. They lived right next to Gaza. October the 7th, they realize there's no liberation. There's only murder, destruction. They're not looking to be liberated and to have anything but the destruction of the Jewish people and the Jewish state. And they recognize that they were there for them, and now what they got back was daggers. They were there for the Gazan people, and they realized what a mistake we made. They just want to annihilate us. These three students over here, ask your friend. He's not your friend. Mahmoud. What he thinks about you as Jews. If he's a true believer of Islam, then you're an infidel. It doesn't matter what you're doing. He'll use you out and then spit you out. It's time that we recognize this truth. The left in Israel is gone because they recognize we made a big mistake. We thought we had a partner. We thought we had people that were, victims, and we wanted to help them. But October 7th proved the opposite. They don't recognize that truth, and they're acting foolishly. My heart goes out to them. It's painful to think that they would side with someone who wants from the river to the sea. He wants to get rid of every single Jew in Israel, and somehow they play along with it. I understand anti-Semites doing that. I get that those who want to rule the world do that. I don't get it how someone who's got to feel strongly Jewish would do this. What are your thoughts?